Battlestar Galactica is a 3-hour miniseries starring Edward James Olmos and Mary McDonnell, written and produced by Ronald D and directed by Michael Rymer. It was the first part of the Battlestar Galactica remake based on the 1978 Battlestar Galactica television series, and served as a backdoor pilot for the 2004 television series. The miniseries aired originally on the Sci Fi Channel in the United States starting on December 8, 2003. The two parts of the miniseries attracted 3.9 and 4.5 million viewers, making the miniseries the third most watched program on Syfy. Plot: Part 1, after a 40-year armistice in a war between the 12 colonies and the Cylons launch a surprise nuclear attack intended to exterminate the human race. Virtually all of the population of the 12 colonies are quickly and easily wiped out. Most of the colonial military is either rendered ineffective or destroyed due to malware in the military computer network that renders it vulnerable to cyber attack. The malware was introduced by Number 6, a Cylon in the form of a human woman, who seduced the famous scientist Dr. Gaius Baltar and exploited their relationship to gain access codes under the cover of an insider contract bid. The Battlestar Galactica, an aircraft carrier in space that fought in the earlier war, is in the final stages of being converted to a museum when the attack occurs. During her decades of colonial service, the Galactica's computer systems had never been networked, so the Battlestar is unaffected by the Cylon sabotage. Its commander, William Adema, assumes command of the few remaining elements of the human fleet. He heads for the Ragnar Anchorage, a military armory station where Galactica can resupply itself with weaponry and essential supplies. Secretary of Education Laura Roslin is sworn in as president of the 12 colonies after it is confirmed that the president and most of the government have been killed. The Cabinet Department starship carrying her manages to assemble a group of surviving human ships. When a colonial raptor from Galactica lands briefly for repairs on the 12 colonies' capital world of Caprica, the two-person crew, Sharon Valeria and Carl Agathon, choose a small group of survivors to evacuate. Hello remains on the stricken planet, giving up his seat to evacuate Baltar, whom he recognizes for his celebrity status as a scientific genius. Part 2, Roslin is forced to abandon many of the survivors, as only the ships capable of faster-than-light jumps are able to escape the attack and rendezvous with the Galactica at the Ragnar Anchorage. On Ragnar, Adema is attacked by a supposed arms dealer who claims to be simply bootlegging supplies, but who is clearly being affected by the radiation cloud surrounding Ragnar, which humans are immune to. Adema deduces that he is facing a new type of Cylon that looks, sounds, and acts human. President Roslin appoints Dr. Baltar, who has not disclosed his suborning by the Cylons, as one of her senior advisors. Number 6 reveals herself to Baltar in hallucinatory form while attempting to direct his behavior. She suggests that she may have planted a microchip inside Baltar's brain while he slept, allowing her to transmit her image into his conscious mind. Responding to one of her suggestions, he is compelled to identify Aaron Doral, a public relations specialist, as a Cylon agent masquerading as a human. Despite his protests and the lack of any evidence to support the accusation, Doral is left at Ragnar when the Galactica departs. As the Cylons blockade Ragnar, the Galactica and its Vipers lay down suppression fire, allowing the human fleet to escape by jumping to a distant, unexplored area of the galaxy the moment that they leave Ragnar's gaseous atmosphere and re-enter normal space. Adema attempts to lift the morale of the surviving humans by announcing plans to reach a legendary 13th colony, Earth, whose existence and location have been closely guarded military secrets. Roslin later convinces Adema to privately admit that his announcement was a lie. Adema finds a slip of paper in his quarters with the typed statement, "There are only 12 Cylon models." On Ragnar, Doral clearly appears to be suffering from radiation poisoning that has been shown to affect only Cylons. His identity as a Cylon is confirmed when a group of Cylons, including the metallic Cylon Centurions and several humanoid Cylons consisting of multiple copies of the Number 6, Doral, and Ragnar arms dealer models, come to retrieve Doral. In a twist ending, one of the group appears to be Boomer, indicating that her counterpart on the Galactica is a Cylon as well. Cast, production, development, none of the previous attempts to remake or continue the story of Battlestar Galactica by Tom DeSanto, Bryan Singer, and original series star Richard Hatch, was successful. From the mid-1990s onwards, actor Richard Hatch made numerous efforts to revive the series, including co-writing several novels and a comic book series, and even went as far as to produce a proof-of-concept trailer called The Second Coming. Hatch's campaign was based on the continuation of the original series, set several years after the final episode. DeSanto and Singer's planned version, which actually went into pre-production before being delayed and then scrapped following the events of the 9/11 terrorist attacks of 2001, was also a continuation, set some 25 years after the original series. Both versions ignored the events which occurred in Galactica 1980. In 2002, Universal Pictures, instead opted for a remake rather than a sequel. David Icke approached Ronald D. Moore about a new 4-hour Battlestar Galactica miniseries for Universal. Moore developed the miniseries with Icke, writing the scripts and updating the old series, also developing a backstory that could work for a regular weekly series should the miniseries be successful. At the same time, Moore was approached by HBO about running a new television series called Carnivàle. While Moore worked on the first year of Carnivàle, Icke ran the day-to-day production of the Galactica miniseries in Canada. Galactica aired in 2003 and became the highest-rated miniseries on cable that year and the best ratings that year for any show on Syfy. After Carnivàle reached the end of its first season and the Sci-Fi Channel ordered a 13-episode weekly series of Galactica, Moore left Carnivàle to assume a full-time executive producer role on Galactica. Filming. The special effects of the miniseries were created by Zoic Studios who previously worked on the Firefly television series. In the opening minutes of Part 1 as the character of Laura Roslin is about to be introduced, a Firefly-class ship is seen flying above the city. The regular series also contains effects by Atmosphere Studios, Enigma Animation Productions and the production's own effects team. Executive producer Ronald D. Moore said the outer space battles were created and rendered to look like a Discovery Channel crew was actually shooting footage. Filming took place in Vancouver, British Columbia. Music. The soundtrack for the miniseries was largely scored by Richard Gibbs. Many of the cues from the miniseries soundtrack have been reused as incidental or background music in the regular series beginning in 2004. Awards, wins. 2003 Visual Effects Society Awards a Euro Outstanding Visual Effects in a Television Miniseries, Movie or a Special, 2003 Saturn Awards a Euro Best Television Presentation, Nominations, 2003 Visual Effects Society Awards a Euro Outstanding Comprising in a Televised Program, Music Video or Commercial, 2003 Visual Effects Society Awards a Euro Outstanding Models and Miniatures in a Televised Program, Music Video or Commercial, 2004 Emmy Awards a Euro Outstanding Single Camera Picture Editing for a Miniseries, Movie or a Special Miniseries, Night 1, 2004 Emmy Awards. A Euro Outstanding Sound Editing for a Miniseries, Movie or a Special, 2004 Emmy Awards a Euro Outstanding Special Visual Effects for a Miniseries, Movie or a Special, 2003 Saturn Awards a Euro Best Supporting Actress on Television, Katie Sackhoff. Novelization. In 2005, Tor Books published Battlestar Galactica, by Jeffrey A. Carver a Euro a novelization of the 2003 miniseries. The book incorporates deleted scenes and gives background information not seen on screen. References. External links, official website, Battlestar Galactica at the Internet Movie Database, Battlestar Galactica at TV.com, miniseries, Night 1 and miniseries, Night 2 at the Battlestar Wiki.